Welcome to Investors Insights. Our topic today is Follow the Breadcrumbs. The reason we chose that topic is that we have been thrilled with the response we've gotten from clients who are watching our vlogs, going back and re-watching some from previous weeks, understanding that the information we're providing gives them guidelines or insight as to things that we're looking at that could impact their portfolio. In fact, today in the meeting, Ashley, we were talking about the Fed, and you brought up the fact, a previous vlog that we did about the Fed and the balance sheet. Talk about that and talk about today's news as well.
Oh, absolutely. And that's why we do these educational vlogs, so you can stay ahead of things.
Absolutely.
So a couple of months ago, we did a vlog on the two ways that the Federal Reserve really controls the economy on the monetary policy side. One is interest rates. That's the one most people are familiar with. The other one, size of the balance sheet.
Right.
And if you go back a couple of months, you can see that, get more information. That is actionable this week.
Right.
You know, Wednesday, they're going to be talking about both the interest rate that you're more familiar with, but probably reducing or slowing down the balance sheet decrease. So if that's what Greg means by following the breadcrumbs, that's why we do these, so you can know.
Yeah, to kind of see where things are going.
Yes.
And you brought up a point about the rain that we've, the flooding that's taken place. Talk about that, because that's one of those breadcrumbs that we may feel the impact on portfolios.
Absolutely. Yeah. The upper Midwest has had record flooding. Mm-hmm. So what's going to happen with that, and the reason that we watch it for portfolios is that's agricultural land, which goes into food prices, which goes into consumer costs, which has market impact.
Yes.
So we've had record flooding in the Midwest really over the last week that I don't think a lot of people have focused on.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, prices go up, inflation goes up, interest rates might go up. All this is interconnected, and it takes months and months for it to play out.
And so we're tracking that. And then Bobby, you were talking about the economic news that we're looking at right now, but we had talked in previous vlogs about some things that we were watching, and here we are now. And so talk about the strength of the market and the economy.
Yeah, so we had a couple client questions recently. Has the market come back too strong, too quick? After all, it's been the best beginning to the year since 1991, which is a good thing. We're not complaining about that.
Right.
But a couple points we want to make about that is the Fed meets this week. They're expected to keep rates unchanged. And then also 10-year rates are stuck around 2.6. That's a pretty good environment for stocks. Also, we have central banks around the world doing all they can to boost their economy. That's another good thing. Also, the consumer. 2 points I want to make on the consumer. We've had some economic reports come out less than stellar. One of those was the jobs number. But we talked about in last week's log, the wage growth was 3%. That's a great number for consumer spending, which is very important. Also, the U.S. has 1 million more job openings than unemployed. That's great for the consumer.
Sure.
Again, and so no. In short, our answer would be no. The market hasn't come back too strong, too quick after selling off so bad in December. So we like this environment.
I mean, we've seen the Fed stop the market in its track. At the beginning of last year, we had a really strong January. The Fed came out and completely kiboshed that, saying there's inflation fears. We rolled off into one of the worst Februarys we've had in a long time. So the Fed announcing this week what they're going to do could impact that. But what we're looking at also is, from a price standpoint or technical standpoint, is the market in a stronger point? Often when you see a V bounce, the market doesn't move in one direction forever. And so what you're looking for is, where will it stop if it turns over? If we don't get these support zones, then the market could fall and fast.
So in other words, we're looking at fundamentals,
Right.
trends that are occurring in economic news, but then there's also the technical indicators as to how the market's moving, and that's what you're referring to.
Exactly. More technical, more numbers indicators. Right now, the market is at 2822, the S&P 500, using that as the market.
Yeah.
If we can, in a low news week, if we can hold above that 2815 area, we don't really need to move much higher, just really hold, that could create another support zone. And what that means is that's an area where, if we do fall off, the market typically has support somewhere and won't fall through.
Well, and support being the buyers come in.
Exactly,
In other words,
buyers come
if the
in.
S&P 500 gets down to that 2815 level, and there's no guarantees here, but that's usually where you start to see buyers come in because they feel like valuations are good.
Exactly, and if you can create these support zones, then it helps. If we do have a bad news event, it helps the market stay at higher highs, as opposed to going all the way back down to January lows.
Yes.
And so that's really important this week. Not a lot of news. See this market market stay around above that 2815, 2800 area,
Sure.
be really good news.
Yeah, and through our vlogs, we've given indicators like that so that you can understand with the volatility that's out there, the economic news, the trends that are in place, that you're watching the TV, your computer, wherever you're getting information about the markets or looking at our app or on our website, then from the standpoint, okay, we're kind of in that range. Right. And you can rest assured here at Five Plan Partners, we're looking at that. So we want to thank those of you that continue to reach out to us, to interact with us about the vlogs, who forward it to others. Really thrilled, got a call from somebody's CPA the other day because they had forwarded it to them with this tax season going on, and we hope you get good news there. So on that note, have a great week. We're going to keep you updated, and thank you for interacting with us as much as we love to interact with you. Have a great week.